Okay, so the next speakers, we have two speakers actually, which I didn't know we had. So we have Rafal and Manan. Did I pronounce it right?
Yeah.
Okay, cool. So Rafal and Manan are going to talk about Open Event Orga Server Project. I have no idea what this is, but I'm looking forward to it. So let's everyone welcome our two next speakers.
Hi guys, I'm Manan and he's Rafal, and we are here to present. We were GSOC students last year with FOSSASIA itself, and we are here to present. We are here to present our Google Summer of Code project, which is Open Event. So yeah, this is the basic things we would be covering. I'm Manan Wason, and I'm a third-year undergrad at IIIT Delhi, India. And I'm a contributor to, I'm primarily a mobile developer, and I'm a contributor to Android open source project and the Cyanogen mod as well. I did GSOC 2015 with FOSSASIA on the Open Event project, and I was also a mentor for FOSSASIA with Google Coding 2015. I'm an OSS enthusiast, and I like to contribute wherever I see some bugs which can be fixed in some software that I'm using. So this is my GitHub ID and my Twitter account, and this is my email address. And
Hi, I'm Rafal Kowalski. I come from Poland. Currently I'm living in Wrocław. Wrocław is one of the biggest cities in Poland. I was studying at University of Wrocław. I gained a lot of knowledge about programming languages, and currently I'm self-employed, and last summer I decided to take part in a Google Summer of Code program. Of course, I chose a FOSSASIA organization because they had nice projects which matched to me. If you'd like to see some code samples, you can visit my GitHub profile. So, what was the main aim to create an open event project? Imagine yourself in a huge conference like this one. If you are an organizer, you have to take care of many things. And you have to provide data about events and details or schedule on exact time. But on the other hand, if you are a participant, you'd like to get the latest data in a convenient way, for example in an Android application. So current solutions focuses only on providing web pages which provides a schedule and details about the events. So FOSSASIA, these solutions cost a lot of time and takes lots of money. So FOSSASIA organization was invented a solution which solve all above problems, and Manan will explain how we solve these problems.
so basically, the main problem with existing applications was that there was no customizability. You just had to develop a new Android app, a new iOS app, then a new Windows Phone app if it's required, and a new web app for it, and that takes a long time for an event. So we decided to go forward with this project that you just have to provide some configuration. You don't have to write any code. You just have to provide some colors, some themes, something like that, and you can just get the apps ready in a matter of minutes. So what is Open Event? It aims to create web apps, mobile apps, and which is connected to the server and gets data in real time. No, it's on. Okay, so the aim was to create web app, mobile app connected to the server, which fetches the real-time data and displays it to the participants or to the speakers, whoever comes to the conference, so that there is a lot of the basically the main aim was to provide the data at real time. And the server that Rafal developed follows the data schema based on read data format, so that it can be applied universally, and you don't have to add or change any other fields that we have already set that for you. So the server provides an admin console which can be used by the organizer to edit data or add new data or something like that. And the server provides the server and the web front are for the admin console are used to view, modify, update the data to the from the event organizer. We made a mobile friendly web app as well to show the event data, and Android app that will be used to generate specific apps for each event. So you just have to go to the admin console, and you just need to click on create new event, and you just have to fill in 4 or 5 details, and you're good to go. So for the Open Event Android, we are using the official Android app for FOSSASIA 2016 is the Open Event Android app. Is based on that. It's a generic app. We use the script to change style according to the organization's preference. So basically, you don't have to change the code in the app. You just have to change some data like the color on the server, and it will get automatically changed in the app itself. So it's based on the latest material design guidelines from Google. So it's really modular, and it works on the API provided by the Orga server. So it's basically every time you start the app, it checks for the updates, and it downloads only the data that has been updated from the last time you open the app. It uses retrofit with an OK HTTP stack. So basically, the data download is really efficient due to the mechanisms that retrofit uses, and the OK HTTP stack connections, OK HTTP connections are also pretty efficient. So everything from data download to database operations is done in the background thread. Nothing is on the main thread, so the app is really fast as well. So you don't have to stare on the screen while the data is loading. You can do whatever you want from the previously cached data. And as I said before, versioning and caching, we are using the version on the Orga server that provides us with if you change some data, then the version numbers would change. So when the app starts, it checks the version numbers, and then only it downloads the data for the version that has been changed previously. So about technical details, these are some of the libraries we used. All are open source. Auto, Retrofit, OK HTTP, Butterknife, JSON, Picasso, and Timber. So Auto was used to basically it's a bus-based architecture. So you can communicate over the bus within activities and fragments. So so when the data download happens, you don't have to basically wait for the data download, and so that is where Auto comes into power. And I already mentioned about Retrofit and OK HTTP that is used for the REST APIs that we are getting from downloading the data from the REST APIs that we are using on the Orga server. Butterknife is for dependency injection that we are using in some views and all. And JSON, we are passing all the data through the JSON format into JSON using JSON into the database. And Picasso and Timber are Picasso we are using for loading and caching images of the speakers. We are not basically keeping the images of all the speakers as a resource. We are just using the URLs so that the images can be easily loaded on runtime, which is pretty efficient. And we are also caching the images so that the next time when you open the app, you don't have to reload the images and all. Okay, so Gradle flavors, we have Gradle flavors as well. Basically, a flavor is something, if you are hosting 2 versions of the app, if you want 2 versions of the app, you can do that using Gradle flavors. And we are, since we wanted to release the app on the F-Droid store as well, so we basically had planned 2 flavors. One is the F-Droid version and one is the Google Play version. The F-Droid version is doesn't have any proprietary software in it. It's completely open source. It's using completely open source software with maps. Also, the OpenStreetMaps we are using OpenStreetMaps there as well. And in the Google Play version, we are using the Google Maps and some other basic Google services that basically are not open source. Okay, so how to configure the app for your own event? It's really easy. Rafal will just explain how to do that. But as a summary, you just have to go to the event page, create a new event, log in, create a new event, and enter some details and enter your data. That's all.
So what is the Open Event Orga server? It's allow us to managing whole conferences using a managing panel. If you are organizer, you are able to create a very quickly event. For example, you have to fill as you can see on this in this photo, you have to fill a name and define the date when this event will start, and you are able to choose a location of the event. And also you can define the color or logos. So it's very easy to create it. And if you are a speaker, you are able to propose your own talk. This talk can be rejected or accepted by event organizer. And the Open Event Orga server is also responsible for providing an API to another application. In this case, we are providing API to Android and web application. So API is very beneficial because if some data will change on on administration side, automatically this will change on front-end side, so on Android exactly. So to implement the administration panel of Orga server, I used Python language because I have huge experience in this language. To accelerate the process of development, I use a Flask micro framework. It brings me lots of necessary libraries, for example, Flask admin. And also I use the PostgreSQL database to store data, and to front-end side I use the JavaScript. So, as I talked before, I use a Flask admin library. It allows us to generate in 2 lines of code to generate this panel. It shows the list of users in database. So if you execute this code, you will get this view. So it's very easy to create some rows in database and edit or update or delete, something like that. Okay. I also use Flask admin. Flask admin provides me responsive web design. Therefore, that I hate CSS styles. So it shows my attitudes to CSS. So it looks like this. Okay, so that's all from.
So one more thing that this time we are for FOSSASIA 16 we are using the data from spreadsheets, Google Spreadsheets. Basically, we are scraping the data and then putting onto the server. So so basically you can have this feature as well, that you can just let the speakers fill the forms, the Google forms, and then scrape the data off to the server. Okay.
So if you have any questions?
Yeah.
Like the app for this conference, like connects to this server? Because
Yeah.
like for me it was like extremely cumbersome to figure out, for example, what's currently running in which of the rooms or something. Like I think that would be really great if the structure for the outcome as well on the website and in the app would be like organized in a different way, because like sometimes you just want to know what's happening right now, and it's like I found it like very difficult to
Okay.
get this information.
So yeah, that's a good suggestion. We can add something like currently happening sessions kind of thing. That's a good suggestion. We can implement that.
Other questions? Yes.
Yeah.
You first.
Where's the source code? It's kind of hard to Google for this.
Oh, okay. Yeah. So it's basically on the FOSSASIA account. This is for the Orga server. github.com/FOSSASIA/open event Orga server, and this is for the Android app.
So tomorrow you can visit our workshops.
Yeah, we are having a workshop where we'll be displaying the demo of the app, and we will be telling you how to basically run the app and build it and run the app. So at 11:30. Yeah.
This gentleman was next.
I was curious about your plans with going forward. Have you got other events you want to use it for?
Yeah, we plan to. Yeah, we do plan to use it for other events as well. As Mario is basically, basically trying to get some other organizers to use the app as well.
There's also the iOS app. Did you guys do that, and does it talk to the same server, or is that just independent?
Basically, yes. The iOS app is also it was not a part of our GSOC project, but it was developed later. But yes, it is also using the APIs from the server as well. Any other questions?
Any other questions from the speakers?
That's the F-Droid version. I couldn't find it today.
Oh yeah, the F-Droid version, they took some time because they built it from the source code, and we were out of time, so I did not place for the FOSSASIA 16.
Anything else? Thanks very much.
Thank you.